heart just dropped into my shoes.
How are ya?
We're good. We're doing good. How are you? You look fabulous.
I'm good. I'm good. By the way, that bracelet thing, Lee and I were like up screaming. You would have thought I wanted. That was so exciting. I always wanted to feel the price is right. I'm just saying.
Next time you're gonna come on down. Okay, no worries.
Yeah, come on down. There you go, absolutely. Oh, thank you, everybody. Oh, I have to show you. Look. They put my name on it so I wouldn't forget who I was. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna send her over here. When Lee acts up, he will never make it if I hit him with this. What a celebration. I have been watching all of you, like, it feels like for a week. I've been following every picture. I'm not getting any work done. This is like the most exciting thing ever, especially with the pandemic and all of that stuff. And I gotta tell you, when Michael said there was gonna be bracelets like green, yellow, and red, I was like, just give me red pants, shirts, a hat, because I don't care who you are. I don't care if you got red on. Lisa Wilbur, that would even be you. I'm gonna hug you. I'm gonna hug you so hard you're gonna cry. It's probably a good thing that I'm not there. Earlier in the year, I was diagnosed with a mass on my kidney. Like, ugh. So obviously I have to get that taken care of in October. And because Lee said, well, can she go to this? And he says, well, if she does. And he's like, she's a hugger. And he said, I really prefer if you don't. And I'm like, that's, no, that's not gonna work. So I had to do it virtually. So for all of you who are on here virtually, I get it, and I know you want to be there. I know you do, and I don't blame you, so make sure that you make a way to do that. So for those of you who don't know me, let me just share a little bit. I've been at Avon about 17 years, actually almost 18. I was not the person that you see right now, that is for sure. Some of you will identify with me. Some of you are going to say, I don't want to admit I identify with her, and that's okay too. I was the hot mess of women out there. I was newly divorced, had just walked out of my home in the middle of the night with my 2 boys. I moved in with my brother in the middle of the night. I had 2 full-time jobs, and I felt like a complete failure. And I still wasn't getting the bills paid, and I had no idea where my life was going. And about 15 years prior to that, I met this awesome Avon, and her name was Mary Ann Penn. You might know her. She was my Avon representative. She put a book in my driveway. Love that book tossing thing. Just love it. And I called her, and I said, I love Avon. My mama loved Avon. Everybody loves Avon. And she said, I would love to be your Avon lady. And thus began a great start of a friendship, and also top-notch Avon representative. 15 years, of course, later, my life completely changed. Now, during all that time, Mary Ann put recruiting flyers in her brochures. She was always talking about how much she loved Avon when I got to see her. It was just that relationship, but see, I didn't have a need. Life was different then. And when all of this happened to me and my world exploded, overnight it felt like, then one thing I realized I missed was my Avon brochures. And so I called Mary Ann and said, look, I'm broke, I'm depressed, I've moved, and I just miss looking at an Avon book. I can't promise you that I'm gonna be able to buy anything, but man, do I miss my brochures. And she said, no problem, give me the address. I'll deliver you one tomorrow. That is an Avon representative for sure. Who knew that in that she was still putting recruiting flyers in, and suddenly I looked at it for the first time, and I thought, nah. And I thought, well, maybe. Then I thought, oh, it's $20. I don't know where I'm gonna get that. And so I called her and I said, Marianne, if this is like all these other companies where I have to have, lots of money and buy all these products and parties, I can't do that. My life is a mess. I don't have that money. And she says, no. All you gotta do is share. All you gotta do is share. And she says, and you're gonna find people who love Avon just like you. And I thought, okay. So I borrowed the money and I started. And my first order was $53. It wasn't going the way I thought, for sure. And I thought, I've got to get busy. I've got to decide how I'm going to fit this into my hot mess life. And I did. I got brochures, I delivered them everywhere. I thought I would just do this for a couple of months because my son was graduating and I wanted to give him a graduation party. I thought, give me in April, out in July. Yeah, Mary Ann told me to give it 6 months. I did not know. Little did I know that this was going to turn into something that was bigger than I ever thought Avon was. I mean, I just like the lipsticks. I just love the Christmas decorations, And by the way, great job, Avon, on the Christmas. Wow, I'm so excited. Needless to say, here I am. And I think it's amazing that I was watching in the chat. It's a great thing about virtual. That I could see people saying, oh, I don't know if I could do Hawaii. I don't think I could ever be President's Club. I don't think I could do this. I need to tell you something. I was you. So when I thought about the renaming of this award, and by the way, having to step up after it's given to David and Rosa Gomez, my dear friends, that's huge because they were a massive part and have been for years, part of my story, definitely my Avon family. I thought vision. I was never somebody who dreamed, I didn't know how. And I thought, what is my vision for Avon? The one thing I noticed when I started 17 years ago was that there wasn't a lot of sharing going on. Now, y'all who still don't share, I'm not judging you, that's not my place. But when we would be at meetings with our district sales managers and I'd go, oh wow, well how did you do that? How did you learn that? There were some people who might share some things, but most people didn't. They it was like, I don't want to tell them what I'm doing, because if I tell them what I'm doing, then what's gonna happen is, and they're gonna go get customers, and then and I just thought, man, that needs to change. That really needs to change. And as I grew a little bit more knowledgeable about Avon, and when my love affair started with the company, I realized that I met somebody by the name of Lisa Wilbur. I think you know. And she came, Mary Ann and Ray had her come in and speak at an event. She kicked her shoes off, and she started telling us about everything that she did. Everything from having a box on the side of her car, to putting her name on the car, to making sure she had brochures, to having samples with her. And I thought, this is the motherlode of Avon representative. She's telling us everything. She does. And for a moment I thought, I want to be her. And then I looked at what the numbers were and I said, well, that might be a little bit like cray-cray, so I may not be able to do that, but I'd like to be something like that. What I knew right away is I had to figure out what my vision consisted of. Now, first of all, I would have loved to have bought my boys Happy Meals, pizzas. That was first. But then what I realized is what my mom knew when I was just a little girl. I love people. I love people. I don't know why. I love people that other people don't love. I love people that people are like, I don't even know what you're doing with them people. And I'm like, I don't know. I just think that if they're in my life, they should be my friend. So I don't know a stranger. And Avon has produced this vision for me that says, there is no Avon representative that should ever feel alone. You should never feel like you are the only one who has ever gone through what you've gone through in your life. You should never feel like you're the only one who your family doesn't support you. You should never feel like nobody gets what you want to be. And you should never feel like you're not worthy of who you were made to be. So if I felt that way, I felt like it was up to me to say, well, to do that, Molly, you're gonna have to be honest, which means I had to tell you I was a hot mess, that I was broke, that my bill collectors called me more than customers, that I didn't want to answer my phone. I had to tell you that I didn't know where my life was going, and I felt like a complete failure with my kids, my life, everything bad happens to me, but I realized very quickly I was the only one that could fix that. So in coming out, and suddenly with the age of social media, being able to take the platform and say, if I can, anybody can. If I can do it and not have family support in the beginning, anybody can do it. If I can start it and continue it and not win every incentive, let me tell you something. You heard from a lot of people, by the way, these are, Jennifer Woolsey and all the rest of, and let me tell you something. Y'all heard some fabulous people. Fabulous people. Linda Montauban, which girlfriend just rock. Okay, I'm just gonna say girlfriend just rock. But she knows that. I tell her all the time. You're gonna hear stories and you're gonna feel like all you hear is success. I need you to know something. The majority of the people who are getting it right, it seems like all the time, secret, they're not you and me. It's okay. You may not win every incentive. You may not hit every goal. Here's the key. You don't quit. You don't quit. My key is you don't quit. Because right about the time that you want to take that towel and you want to throw it in, something great is getting ready to happen. And let me tell you how I know this. I did not know where Avon was going for a while, and I know many of you feel the same way. Even if you didn't want to admit it, I get it, because I was scared for a while. I was scared. I didn't know where our company was going. And I prayed about it, I prayed about it, I prayed about it through all my fear. And something kept telling me, just hold on, Molly. Something's going to happen. And in walked LG. And this company saw value, not just in our 135-year name. They saw value in us, the representative. And by the way, it didn't matter if you won every incentive or not. They wanted to invest in our dreams, in our visions. And I believe that they have supported us every step of the way. And if you haven't seen that with what Mr. Boston announced yesterday, you will never see it. You will never see the company coming forward and saying, this is what happened, this was wrong. We couldn't help it, but we're going to help make it right for you and for our company. That is so massive. And by the way, it's very strange. Even in our company, I understand the trust issue. I understand it 100%. But I'm telling you, whether it's love, whether it's business, whether it's a friendship, no matter what it is, I don't care if you're mad at Jesus, okay? You need to give something another chance in order to heal yourself. You must heal. If people aren't supporting you, don't worry about it. Don't worry about convincing them. Show them what you can do. If you don't hit an incentive, do me a favor. The next time you're so close to an incentive and you don't hit what you want to hit, take a look at your business and the shape it's in and see how much further your business is, because you did not give up. You did not reach the big goal, but you didn't give up. So if you want to know what my vision is, it's happening. Onward, no matter what, with 16,000 plus representatives that are not part of my Avon tribe. They are my Avon family. When we are down, we are raising each other up. When we are frustrated, we're saying it's going to be okay. I've been there too. This company has the possibility to bring about compassion you may have never had, goals that you have never met. You may decide that, wow, you've suddenly got something going on within yourself. That suddenly, you're not in this little box anymore, that you're stepping outside the box. And you said, it doesn't matter what old Avon did. We are new Avon. We are something bigger. We are better. We are on our way to the #1 direct sales and thanking LG and being grateful for things like this. If you feel alone, you need to reach out. You reach out. Let me tell you something. I'm Mama, a bunch of Avon representatives who are not on my team. We share, we love one another. I don't know how I would have gotten through the last few months without my Avon family. I have gotten so much support, so much love, so many people saying, we got you, Molly, don't worry about it. This is a girl who felt like she had nothing. I was you, and I haven't won every incentive. And it took me 7 years to reach the top of the leader chain. I never gave up. I got frustrated. I wanted to quit 180,000 times, but I didn't. I didn't. Don't quit. If I can say anything to anybody out there, we are on our way to something bigger than anything we've ever seen before. I am living proof, and the person beside you is living proof. And if you see somebody sitting by themselves, you do me a favor. You go over and you introduce yourself, and you say, hey, I'm your Avon sister, I'm your Avon brother. How are you? How's your business going? How can I help you? Because if we want people to join us, people, we are going to have to be that company. We're going to have to be that representative. We're going to have to make a difference. Thank you guys.
Okay, what a day.